Hello, this is Ben with Dropship Price Tracker. We create tools for Amazon and eBay dropshippers. The main purpose of our tools is to enable dropshippers to sell on both Amazon and eBay and fulfill those orders by buying them from other online retailers. The most common problem with this dropshipping method is that the source prices can fluctuate widely and even go out of stock quickly. This is where our tracker comes into play, by allowing you to quickly find potential price or out-of-stock problems before they become a problem. By using our tools, you will no longer have to cancel orders, risk seller account defects, or fulfill unprofitable sales. Okay, now let's assume you've already signed up and logged into our members-only website and you're about to set up your account for the very first time. After logging in, you will see our member homepage, which is mainly filled with a quick start guide, documentation, and other news and quick updates to what's going on we're working on. And since our system takes care of both Amazon and eBay sellers, we're going to first set up an account that works with eBay here. So we're going to jump to what we call an eBay grid. In this case, we can see that the grid is currently empty. So what we want to do is jump back to this menu, go to our eBay account manager, and we want to add a couple of accounts in here. For example, we want to add this particular eBay account. It's in the US, so that is fine. Submit it. It says success. eBay account was found with 24 active listings. Okay, great. Now let's add one more account. Submit that. Success. eBay account was found with 213 active listings. Okay, great. So now that our eBay accounts have been added to the system, let's jump back to the eBay grid. As we can see with this account now selected on our eBay grid page, there are no active eBay listings showing right here. So what we have to do now is basically import and update eBay items. This will jump you to an update page. You can watch the status. That was quick. All jobs finished. Okay. eBay grid now to see actually what's in there. And now you can see those eBay items have imported into our grid. Now that we've got items imported from eBay, we can see our eBay title, our picture, our current eBay price, and any selling fees involved in our net income. If we hover over our images, we can get a better look at them. The selling fees are estimated, but you can also change them in our settings. You can see our current PayPal fee is set to 5%, our current eBay fee is set to 10%. You can also add fixed fees or change the fees in settings. Our next step is to get some of our source URLs into this grid. This is where you can be buying the product from. If you're sourcing these items that you're selling on eBay from Amazon, we've got a quick search feature here which will actually jump you over to Amazon. And as you can see here, this probably looks like the item we're trying to match up right here. We'll jump to this, confirm that's the item we're looking for and want to match. We'll copy the URL, jump back to our grid. Now in the source URL column, we'll click once, paste in the URL, and this is where the magic happens. It automatically goes out, grabs the source information, fills in the domain of the product, the AISN, SKU, or item ID, whichever pertains to it. We've even got the source picture in here. We've got the title as it appears on our source website. Many domains we support quantity, so we've got the quantity, if it's Amazon, we'll know if the shipping is prime or not, and most importantly the source cost. We've got a few other fees that are calculated based on your settings, but then ultimately what we're looking at here is our total cost, our gross, our current profit, whether the item is fluctuating in prices from past updates, a high and a low, and how much it's actually fluctuated, And in our database, we've seen that this item already exists in our database, so we can see that it was updated 2 months ago. If we run an update, it will show that it's been updated more recently. So this is very important to watch as well. So let's, for example, add a few more URLs. Say, for example, Walmart. We'll jump over to Walmart. Here's an item we want to add. And so we're going to add these in no particular order. This won't exactly match up, but this is for demonstration purposes, just to show you that we can add, for example, a Walmart item, no problem. And in this case, the quantity is 0. So if we jump back and look at what we're just looking at, we can see that this item is out of stock. So this is great for finding items that are out of stock. Let's try another Walmart item. This baby bed crib, for example, $58.69. We want to copy this URL, jump back to our grid, source URL field. We want to paste that in, and that instantly appears. For a few more examples, let's add a couple more URLs. Here we're at LTD commodities. We'll copy this URL, paste it in. The item instantly appears with the photo, price, total cost, and current profit is calculated based on our current eBay sell price and any fees that we want to incorporate in there as well. And this, for example purposes, we really only matched up this sink faucet to begin with. The rest of the URLs I'm just adding just to give you an idea that what can be done. Here we are again. Hey Needle. We'll copy and paste this URL in there. Instantly appears. We've got our domain, item ID, the picture, the title. In this case, it does say shipping is free. When quantity is not available, it just is left as blank. But out of stock is still supported for all the domains we support. Let's add one more, for example, with overstock right here. Copy the URL, jump back, source URL, put that in, enter, and instantly it appears. And in this case, the quantity is 0. This means it's actually out of stock. So if we jump back to our overstock page, we can actually see that this item is out of stock and it is displayed correctly here on our eBay grid. Now, some of the best features of having everything in this easy to access grid is we can quickly search and sort any of these items in the grid. For example, we know we're selling to something to do with a bed. We can search the title. The bed lining instantly appears. To remove that search, we click the X. So here I've just sorted it, and we can see that Walmart overstock and all our items come right back in, how we just had them. We can also sort by quantity. And this helps in cases where you want to find which items are actually out of stock. You can see with the sample products we added in how it has calculated our current profit. If it's negative, if at any time the profit goes negative, you will actually see it red and negative right here. So this helps you to easily sort and quickly get to the products that are actually non-profitable for you to be selling. And then again here we can see these products were last updated in the system with the prices 2 days ago, 6 hours ago, and 21 hours ago. So the next step we want to do is actually update our prices. And there's two different updates. We've separated them to Amazon updates and non-Amazon update prices. If any of your sources come from Amazon, you want to click this Update Amazon Prices button. If any of your sources have to do with non-Amazon sources, then you want to click this button to update your non-Amazon prices. So in this case, we've got Overstock, Hey Neil, and Walmart, and a couple others. So we want to click the Update Non-Amazon Prices to get the latest updates there. Again, it jumps us to a status, running. We see your percentage done, and then when it's done, it will say done, finished. You can view the report, but in this case, let's just jump back to our eBay grid. And now on our grid, you will see that our prices here have updated just 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, and 2 minutes ago. This grid will actually handle thousands of items. We've had some clients with way over 2,000 items and everything works just fine. Now if you want to download this data for any further processing, you can download the data by just clicking this active CSV, which stands for comma separated value, which you can open in any spreadsheet to further do any calculations, processing, and so on. Now that we've got a basic idea of how our eBay account setup works, let's jump over to our Amazon grid. Now again, in our Amazon grid, we find that it's empty. We've got to tell the system where our Amazon account is. In this, you actually do over in our settings. Here under Amazon Store Seller Grid Settings, we want to enter our Amazon Store Seller account. So where you find this Amazon Store account number is if you go to your Amazon Store, look actually in the URL, you will see where it says seller equals in this strange number ID. You want to copy that ID, go back to your settings, and paste it in, and make sure you update it with the update button below. Now that your Amazon Store ID is in the system, it knows how to bring in your Amazon products. Now if we go back to our Amazon grid, our grid is still empty, but we want to import from the Amazon Store. As you can see, our job here, import from Amazon Store. It's running. All jobs finished. Report is done. We can view it. But in this case, we want to jump back to our Amazon grid. And now we can see all our products are imported from our Amazon store. Now some of the columns in this grid are a little bit different for Amazon. For example, we have shipping fees, where you can add in any shipping fees because these are not brought down from Amazon automatically. So you can add in your custom shipping fees. Here we'd add the source URL just like we did before. Here is our baby crib bed. We can enter that, copy and paste it in into the source URL field, and everything fills in. And once we've got our source URLs entered here, we can click our update source prices for Amazon, or in this case for our Amazon store, but our source prices are from any other domain out there. So we want to click this button, and at any time we can update our source prices and calculate our profits from there. We can also download all the information that appears in this grid as well. One other important thing to really take note of is that, say for example, you have hundreds if not thousands of items either in your Amazon or eBay store, it's no fun to copy and paste hundreds of URLs in here. So we've also created what we call a bulk matching sources tool. And this tool allows you to take any data you have already stored in a spreadsheet, for example, so you just copy and paste those two columns basically from your spreadsheet, your eBay name for your item and the source where you're buying it from, and also with Amazon, ASIN number from Amazon as well as the source where you're going to be purchasing it from. You just copy and paste those two columns into this form here, submit it, and then it will bulk match all of the items you have in your grid. In some cases that could be hundreds if not 1,000 items sometimes. Now let's jump back to our eBay account, our eBay grid here. One last thing I wanted to show you is that you can have multiple eBay accounts. I know many eBay sellers, eBay limits you, so it's good to have multiple eBay accounts. And so when we added two accounts earlier, we can see that they're both listed right here. And we can easily switch between them and have everything in one easy to access place. And again, the most powerful features of these tools are being able to see everything that you're selling, where you're sourcing the item from, quickly find, sort, and search by using the tools in this grid, jump right to the item you're looking for, instantly see what quantity in some cases that's available. If any items are out of stock, they will always appear as 0 with a red background so they're easy to spot. You can sort these easily to jump quickly to the items that are problems. You will also be able to update prices at any time with the click of a button, and based on your settings and fees you may have entered that you want to be calculated, you can easily gauge your current profit or loss. If the source item price changes, goes up or goes down, especially goes up, you want to be notified right away. You'll be able to click your current profit here and sort and quickly find any that have gone negative that you want to give quick attention to. This concludes a very basic walkthrough and setup of your eBay and Amazon accounts in our toolbox and our grid system. I hope you can see the value in this and why we've got many users really excited about being able to maintain and monitor lots of prices and price changes by using this tool. It's very easy and quick to set up. You can be going in just 5 or 10 minutes. Thanks for watching.